This is the feedback we got from our audience, from our short film, our poster and magazine review. And this is additional comments on how we've changed it from our first draft to our second draft, which we've just completed. The feedback that we got from our short film are as listed. Our audience commented on that the volume in scene 2, they couldn't hear Jessica say her dialogue, so they just wanted us to mend it, and they also said that our non-diegetic music kind of overshadowed her dialogue, so they just wanted us to sort that out so they could hear what Jessica was saying. In one of the scenes, in the pillow scene, they said it doesn't really make sense, and they also commented that they could see a tripod in the shot. The scene is where Jessica can be seen putting a pillow over the camera and making the camera go black, so they just didn't really think it tied in with the whole short film. And they also said the scene where Jessica was choosing her dress, it didn't really add to the storyline and they didn't understand why it was there. They also said they didn't like our scene montages where we use titles. For example, we put scene 1 and then Jessica underneath it. They didn't really think it matched the conventions of a normal short film or a multimedia conglomerate film, so they wanted it to make our short film look more realistic and professional, so they just thought we should just get rid of that idea. They also didn't they also wanted us to change the colour of one of the scenes where Jessica's ex-boyfriend is texting her and she blocks the number. The colour of the number is blocked, it comes up as like a green text message, so the audience didn't understand whether this was a text message or whether this was Jessica blocking her ex's number. So they just wanted us to make it more realistic, as if you block someone's number on an iPhone, which is the phone Jessica uses in our short film, the colour would come up as white and blue writing at the bottom of it, so they just wanted to make it look more realistic. They also said in one of the taxi scene at the end of the short film, they could see my hair in it, so they just wanted us to try and edit it out, as they said it was a great scene and they really liked it, the way we filmed the taxi driver in the front and in the mirror Leanne or Jessica in the film at the back seat. However, my hair kind of spoilt it and it wasn't really adding to the continuity of the short film. So this, and the overall feedback was that they didn't really think the plot made sense. Some of our audience commented saying it kind of looked like she was getting ready to go somewhere, like picking her outfit out, putting on her lipstick. They didn't really feel like there was much of a storyline in our short film, so they just commented on what they think should happen in our short film, and they just made additional comments for us. So this is the overall feedback for our first draft of the short film. We have improved on this in our second draft we turned the non-diegetic music down, so we turned the volume down for that, so you could hear more of Jessica's dialogue. We still wanted to keep the music in, as we thought it added to the whole effect and kind of created the scene of it. So we kept that in, and we also edited out the pillow scene and the scene where Jessica was choosing her outfit, as we thought about our storyline, as our audience's main feedback was they didn't understand the plot. So we decided to edit these two scenes out so we could try and add in more scenes to make the storyline make more sense for our audience. We also removed the titles of our scenes when we said scene 1 and then Jessica underneath it. We decided to edit this out as it was adding to the time of our short film, and we could use that whole 30 seconds overall to shoot another scene to make it make more sense. So we just decided to take these title scenes out. We also changed the special effects on the text message, so the colours changed to the white background with black and blue font text. This was because our audience noted that it didn't really match the iPhone's number has been blocked message when it comes up. As they said, the colour green just looked like Jessica's ex had texted her that. So we edited it with the special effects and just made sure it looked completely realistic. We also edited my hair out of the taxi scene at the end, and we used special effects and some editing techniques to do this, so it made the scene all tying together. And we also included a scene at the start of our short film where Jessica is talking to a colleague at work and just describing about her new boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, her new house, and why she wears this ring, which I'm wearing here. So in the film she wears the ring on her ring finger, I think it might be the other hand, but she wears it on either this finger or this finger. We decided to add this in purposely, so it kind of looked like Jessica was married. However, we used it to try and show that Jessica's boyfriend was controlling her, by making her wear the ring so no other man could look at her the same way again. So we used this to add to Jessica's motive of running away with her new boyfriend's money. So the audience didn't really understand that bit, so we decided to add this scene in at the start to try and tell a brief storyline about our short film, so the audience could recognise, oh, that house is Jessica and her new boyfriend's house that they've just moved into, and oh, the ring's used for this incident. So we just kind of added the scene in at the start to just try and make our audience understand what we're trying to convey in our short film and the storyline. So that is our short film, how we've improved from the first draft to the second draft with our audience's comments and feedbacks about it. This is a quick overview on how we've improved from our first draft of the poster and magazine review to our second draft with our audience's feedback and comments. The comments from our poster was that the taxi in the house didn't look right in the background of it, and some of our audience commented saying that it didn't really look like a really realistic movie poster and it didn't look professional, and one audience member in particular said that it didn't look like a real blockbuster or super blockbuster film poster, but it also didn't look like an independent film poster. So we really wanted to work on this to make sure that the poster looked as realistic and as professional as we could make it out to be. We also got some comments back saying that the picture of Jessica in the poster, she was quite blurry. I recognised this myself and decided to take some more photo shoots with our actress Leanne, just to make sure that the quality of the photos were as good as we could get them, as I knew my camera had amazing quality and it took really good quality photos, so I wanted to use this as my advantage. And then our other audience feedback was that the poster, because our short film is called Jessica, a self-entitled film, the poster wasn't really about Jessica, because you have the house in the background, you have the taxi on the left of her, and you have and then we have her standing there in the right-hand side of it. So our audience really commented saying, if the film's all about her, then why isn't the poster all about her as well? So we really had to think how we could incorporate Jessica into our poster as much as we possibly could to show our audience this is what our film is about. It's about this main character, Jessica. So we've improved on this by changing the background and location of our poster. We changed it from the house as the background and the taxi to just a plain white background, and we did this by using one of the studios in our media department, which just has a plain white wall behind it, and we put some lights on to make the wall as white as we could, and to make our actress Leanne stand out against the background as much as we could. We also edited the background to make it look a bit darker surrounding Jessica, because we wanted the main focus of our poster all to be on our main character, Jessica. We also, the quality of the pictures that we retook were far much better quality, and it looked more realistic, the photos. So we just did loads of photo shoots, compared the images as a group together, and picked out a bunch of photos which we really wanted to use, and we just cancelled it down until we got one main photo, which we spoke to our media teacher about, and we asked our audience to comment about before we started editing it, and they all commented that they loved the photo, and it was what they previously commented, saying about that it needed to be about her, and this photo was about her. The focus of the photo as well, of Jessica, she takes up 2/3 of the page of the poster, so it really centralises on her, which we really wanted to make sure happened. And we also edited the rest of her to black and white. So I used a special effect on my Sony camera, which allows one colour to stand out, colours like blue, green and red. As Jessica wears red to match her femme fatale stereotype and stereotypical character trait, we decided to use this feature to make her iconic red dress stand out. it also helped our audience tie in our poster with our short film, so it kind of helped us merge those two together as she wears the dress in the short film. So we made the red dress stand out on the page and made the rest of her black and white, so the red dress really stood out on the page and grabbed our audience's attention. It's kind of similar as well as we've got kind of a brand identity with all our products, especially our magazine research and in our film as well, and it can be seen in the title sequence of our main film, where all our names come up, like directed by Alex Ratcliffe and Callum Gridley. We've got the eyes in all of our names in red because it matches our title Jessica, where the whole of the name Jessica is in the white text but the eye is in red, and we thought this was really iconic because we thought the eye with the dot on, it kind of looked like a person, and we made it red to match her femme fatale stereotype and to let our audience know that there was going to be a bit of promiscuity and a bit of danger in our short film. So we used this in our poster as well to make sure our audience knew our brand identity and to match with our short film and our magazine research. So this is our just a little feedback on our first draft of our poster and how we improved it from the first draft to our second draft with our audience's comments and feedbacks on it. This is just a quick summary of our feedback that we got from our first draft of our magazine review and how we improved on it in our second draft from our audiences and our individual responses and feedback that we got. So some of the feedback that we got for our magazine review for the first draft was that some of the images on the page were blurry, and one of our audience even described it as a really bad quality photo. So they all said it made it look like an unrealistic and unprofessional magazine review, so they just wanted it to make it look more realistic. They all said it needs to be better quality photos onto the page, as when they looked at our poster, the quality of it, it wasn't that good either, so they really wanted us to sort it out. They also commented on the cliche of pictures and film title names. So we decided to add in little, oh, if you liked our film, then why not watch this film or this film, as it was a common convention used in some magazine reviews. So we tried to incorporate it into ours, but it didn't really work because we were focusing on making our poster, our magazine review, our short film, making sure everything was updated on our blog, planning research and production. So we didn't really have time to do another photo shoot and think of more ideas for films. So we kind of rushed it, took pictures of a guitar, and then the film title next to it was called Guitar Man. So our audience just commented on it saying it just looked a bit too cliche with a picture of a guitar and then the title called Guitar Man. So they either wanted us to make a realistic film poster and put it on there with a real film title name that might be used in blockbuster or independent films. And then they also commented on saying it didn't need 2-star rating. So on our magazine review we have a star rating on the top left hand side of the corner and on the the bottom right of it when we finish our magazine review. So some of our audience said when they looked at other magazine reviews they didn't include 2-star ratings. So they said we just needed to keep one of the ratings up to make it look a bit more professional. We also said the spacing and the layout of the photos and text on our page, it didn't really work, and we just needed to sort out on placing where the middle of our page went, because it would in a magazine it would be bent, so we just needed to sort out the photo of our character Jessica and where that was being placed in our magazine review, and just some of the spacing of the text boxes as they were all like mumbled about and they didn't really kind of make the magazine review look professional. We've improved on this by getting rid of the Guitar Man, the cliches of the film posters and the film titles, because we didn't really need it on it. As I said, there was only a handful of real multimedia conglomerate magazine reviews that included this, and they didn't include it sometimes because it would take off the focus of the main film that was being reviewed. So we just decided to just get rid of it and try and include more text onto it. So we're also trying to retake some more photos of Jessica when we're filming in our location, so we can use it as a picture, the main picture in our article, as we had got comments saying that the images were blurry and they were a bit bad quality. So we're improving on this at the minute, and then we've just improved on moving the images around and the text boxes around onto the page to make it look more realistic, and to make sure the spatial wise of our magazine review has got like the best space. Doesn't really make sense, but to make sure that all our text, all our photos fill out onto the page and makes it look the best and more most realistic magazine review we can possibly get it to. So this has been a quick overview on how our first draft of our magazine review and how we've improved from the first draft to our second draft, and what we've changed to comply with our audience's feedback on it. So you can watch the other videos that I've put on the film poster and the short film, and how we've improved from the first draft to the second draft with our audience's feedback and additional comments. And this is for our question-free evaluation.